Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Mercy College Athletics live stream. Today we're on the diamond for a doubleheader in softball between the visiting Southern Connecticut State Owls and your Mercy College Mavericks. We thank you for taking time out of your spring break to tune in and watch your fellow Maverick colleagues in a softball game here today. I'm Sean Maldonado here with the commentary, and we're live at Smith Field at the Dobbs Ferry campus of Mercy College. On the mound for the Mavericks is a senior right-hander from Ardsley, New York, number 18, Raina Gorman. Gorman comes into today's matchup with a record of 2-2 in 6 appearances and 4 starts. She's gone a complete game twice, and in 21.2 innings, she's given up 29 hits, 15 runs, 12 of them earned, walked 8, and struck out 11 to get an ERA of 3.88, which leads the team. She'll face a Owl lineup that is hitting a combined 249 on the season.
Leading off for Southern Connecticut, number 11, Sarah Bussetto.
Leading things off here for the visiting Owls is the second baseman, number 11, Sarah Bussetto. First pitch from Gorman misses inside for ball 1. The 1-0 taken for strike 1. Gorman last pitched against LIU Post in the Mavericks' first conference matchup, and she went 3.1 innings, giving up 3 runs in a loss on Tuesday in Game 1 of the doubleheader. The 1-1 pitch is hit into left field and is going to get down for a leadoff single. On first is Bussetto, and stepping in is the shortstop, number 10, Alexa Basulis.
Now batting number 10, Alexa Bukulis.
First pitch from Gorman. Hits the outside corner for a strike. Throw down from Byrne is not in time. Bussetto back, sliding headfirst into first base. Count is 0-1 to Basulis. The 0-1. Runner goes. That 0-1 pitch is fouled off, and it'll be no balls, 2 strikes to Bukulis. Bussetto leads the Owls in stolen bases with 8, and she's on the run again. Hit and run. It results in a liner to first base. Gets by Mueller, and going from first to third is Bussetto. Runners on the corners and nobody out. That'll bring up the third baseman, number 5, Liz DeRosa.
Now batting number 5, Liz DeRosa.
The Owls are a fairly young team, and although they are struggling on the year with a record of 2-16 overall, they only graduate 2 seniors this year, so the future's bright for this program. First pitch is taken low for ball 1. The 1-0. Drop pitch in there for strike 1. Gorman battles it back to a 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike. After DeRosa, on deck is the catcher, Jacqueline Dumont. That one's hit in the air to left down the line, but it's going to go foul. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, 2. Pitch misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count to DeRosa. Grounded to third. Bowman up with it. Throws on the Mueller at first. And out number 1 is recorded. The runner, Bakulis, moved up to second. And now there are runners in scoring position, second and third, with 1 out.
00, Jacqueline Dumont.
That'll bring up the catcher, number 00, Jacqueline Dumont. Dumont, just a freshman, has shown a lot of promise thus far in her young college career. First pitch to her is hit in the air deep to left. Back going is Galaga, and it's going to go over the wall for a 3-run homer. And just like that, the Mavericks trail early on 3-0.
Now batting number 14, Jaden Della Porta.
Similar situation happened early on in the LIU post game that Gorman pitched in on Tuesday. Let's see if she rebounds from this early deficit. First pitch is taken for a strike by the first baseman, number 14, Jaden Delaporte. The 0-1. Hit in the air down the left field line is going to get out of play, foul. Delaporte down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Gorman ahead, no balls, 2 strikes, and the delivery. Fouled down the line once again, staying alive is Delaporte. On deck is the designated player, number 16, Ivy Geloso. Count still, no balls, 2 strikes. Gorman's pitch. Hit in the air to short. Handegar ranges over to her right and puts it away for out number 2. Around the infield, the Mavericks have Hannah Mueller, number 30, at first base. Casey Akers, number 11, at second. At short, it's number 1, Erica Handegard. Number 27, Yolanda Bowman, is at third base. And in the outfield, number 24, Michaela Newman, is in center. Out in right is number 21, Jessica Brandt. And number 49, Emma Galaga, is out in left. Behind Gorman and behind the plate is number 2, Eric Byrne. First pitch to Geloso is swung on and missed for strike 1. Corners are in with 2 down. Geloso, a lefty slapper with some speed, definitely one to put one down and try and bunt her way on for a base hit. She takes the 0-1 pitch up high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. The 1-1 runs up and swing and a miss that time from Geloso. She's down 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Foul down the third base line. The third base coach is the manager for the Owls, Julia Rispoli. And on deck, if the inning continues, is number 8, Kaylee Botian. The 4th pitch of the at-bat. Geloso ran up looking like she was going to slap it, but took the pitch outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 taken on the outside corner for strike 3. And that's the third out of the inning. The Mavericks give up 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and it'll be the top of the order to start things off. Michaela Newham, Hannah Mueller, and Erica Byrne in the bottom half of the first inning. Facing the Mavericks on the mound for the Owls is number 2, a right-hander from Middletown, New York, Jasmine Martinez. Martinez brings a 1-4 record in 7 appearances, 6 of them being starts. She's gone the distance 4 times this season in 35 innings pitched. She's allowed 43 hits, 39 runs, 25 of them earned. She's walked 24 and struck out 30 for an earned run average of 5. She'll face the Mavericks, who are hitting a combined .336 on the season. First pitch to the Mavericks center fielder, number 24, Michaela Newham, is taken for ball 1. The 1-0 from Martinez. Running up and letting that one go by is Newham for ball 2. Newham, one of several senior leaders on this Maverick team, takes strike 1. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1. Taken outside for ball 3. Ahead in the count is Newham. 3 balls, 1 strike. Martinez is going to need to make a pitch. She doesn't want to lose the first batter of the inning. The 3-1 pitch taken up high for ball 4. Newham is on first with a walk to start things off for the Mavericks.
Now by number 30, Hannah Mueller.
Stepping into the box for the Mavericks is the first baseman, number 30, Hannah Mueller. The sophomore was named to the All-ECC first team last year in her freshman year, so another key player for this Maverick team. Hits a comeback on the first pitch to the pitcher Martinez. She turns and fires to second for out number 1. Mueller is able to get in on a fielder's choice.
Now by number 2, Erica Byrne.
And with 1 down, that'll bring up the catcher, number 2, Erica Byrne. Byrne, a junior, transferred in this year from Southern Delaware State. She takes the first pitch for a called strike in the inside corner. The 0-1 is popped up foul back behind home plate. It's going to get out of play. Byrne down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. On deck for the Mavericks is the designated player, number 50, Kaylee Stevens. The 0-2 is knocked down the third base line, foul. Staying alive is Byrne. And she'll see pitch number 5 of the at-bat. Count still 0-2. Martinez's pitch is popped up in the air. Having room to play it is Dumont, and she puts it away for out number 2.
Now by number 50, Kaylee Stevens.
That'll bring up Kaylee Stevens. She homered for the first time in game number 1 against LIU Post, which ended up being a 13-4 defeat. The first pitch in for strike 1 taken. Throw down from the catcher. Dumont is not in time as Mueller back. If the inning continues, that'll bring up the third baseman, Yolanda Bowman. Down 0-1, the pitch to Stevens is taken up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 misses low for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Stevens is second on the team in batting average, batting .456 on the year. And she'll look to get on base for Bowman. She takes the 2-1 pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count to the senior from Simi Valley, California. Martinez winds up in the 2-2, is grounded over the third. It's going to be through the legs of DeRosa and into left. Stevens keeps the inning alive with a 2-out single, and that'll bring up Yolana Bowman, the Maverick freshman third baseman, with a chance to bring in the first run of the game for the Mavericks, as Mueller is on second, Stevens on first. First pitch from Martinez. Misses inside for a ball. Both pitchers in this one definitely pitched to contact, and we'll see which team takes advantage of that and gets as many hits together to string up together runs on the board. The 1-0 pitch misses high for ball 2. On deck is the shortstop number 1, Erica Handegard. She's homered in 2 of her last 3 games. I'm sure Martinez will not want to face her with anybody on base. The 2-0. Taken inside for ball 3. Martinez behind in the count, 3-0 to Bowman. We'll see what her approach is. Most likely will take. The 3-0 taking all the way was Bowman, and it's in there for strike 1. The 3-1 count, 2 outs, runners on second and first. The pitch from Martinez misses high for ball 4. That'll load the bases and bring up Handegard with 2 down.
Now by number 1, Erica Handegard.
Handegard, a junior from Reno, Nevada, has really shown a lot of improvement due to more playing time because the Mavericks graduated both of the players on the right side of the infield that started last year, Scania Lemus and Cassidy Wooten. They're playing Handegard a lot at either third or short, and Bowman is playing at the other spot. They like to interchange those 2, and it's worked out pretty effectively for them. Handegard in a big spot with the bases loaded and nobody out. 2 outs, excuse me. Try and get some runs back for her pitcher, Gorman. First pitch is taken for a ball on the inside corner. The 1-0 from Martinez. Misses high for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch. Taken for strike 1 right down the middle. Handegard back in the box. Martinez toes the slab, and the 2-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Took something off of that one. Looked like a changeup. And it brings the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. Big pitch from the sophomore Martinez gets her out of a big jam. And through one, the score remains Southern Connecticut State 3, Mavericks 0. Coming up for the Owls are the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the top of the second inning. Leading off the top of the second inning is going to be the center field number 8, Kaylee Botian.
Leading off for the Owls, number 8.
She'll face Gorman for the first time. Botian, a sophomore from Moodus, Connecticut, is another one of the key young pieces of this Owl team. She was named part of the Northeast 10 Conference Honor Roll just this past week for her performance of the week of March 18th. First pitch was taken for a ball. Another left-handed slapper brings the corner infielders in. The 0-1 taken outside for ball one. The 1-1 from Gorman. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll see how Gorman approaches Botian if she goes right after her or wastes one. The 1-2 misses up high. See if that sets up something else. The 2-2. Hit in the air to third. Handegard backs up Bowman and puts it away for out number 1.
Now batting number 3, Ali Petrella.
That'll bring up the right field number 3, Allison Petrella, with 1 down in the inning. Gorman comes set and delivers the first pitch. Misses high for a ball. The 1-0 pitch. Squaring around the bunt and backing off is Petrella. She takes that pitch for ball 2. The 2-0. Take strike 1 at the knees. It's going to be 2-1. Pitch. Catches the outside corner for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the right fielder Petrella. On deck is the left fielder Zencia. Two pitch. Wanted that outside corner again, but just misses. And the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff. Taken on the outside corner. Strike 3. Gorman's first K of the day. Or second K, excuse me. After she struck out Geloso to end the inning prior.
Now batting number 4, Maria Zasenya.
With 2 outs, that'll bring up the left fielder number 4, Maria Zasenya. First pitch to her is taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Gorman looks to paint the corners early on here, and so far it's worked out pretty well. Has her sign and comes set. And the 0-1. Scoring the bunt was Cesenia, but The pitch was low, too low for her to get the bat on it. It's going to be 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to the number 9 hitter for the Owls. The 0-2. Missing outside with that one. Looked like just a waste pitch, setting up something else. Maybe she'll take something off here. The 1-2. Just misses outside with that one for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. If the inning continues, it'll be Basetto, the second baseman and leadoff hitter, due up next. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Gorman sets down Zasenya on strikes, and through 1.5, the score is still Southern Connecticut State 3, Mercy nothing, heading into the bottom half of the second. The Mavericks send up the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Leading things off for the Mavericks will be the right fielder, number 21, Jessica Brandt. Brandt is one of 7 freshmen who are playing in their first year of college softball for the Mavericks, and one of 8 new players on the team. The only non-freshman is the catcher, Erica Byrne. First pitch from Martinez is hit in the air to right, misplayed by the right fielder Perella, and Brandt with the leadoff double has the Mavericks in business.
Now by number 18, Raina Gorman.
That'll bring up the pitcher, number 18, Raina Gorman. We've seen what she can do on the mound, and she'll step in the box for the first time here today. Trying to help herself out, driving the runner Brandt at second. The first pitch. Drop pitch taken for strike 1. The 0-1 from Martinez. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Gorman began her career at Southern Florida State University and transferred back home to Westchester to play here at Mercy in 2018, finishing out her college career not far from where she grew up in Ardsley. There a quick chat with head coach Mike Fazio, who is coaching third base. Gorman will step in and prepare to protect the plate again, with the count staying 0-2. The 0-2 from Martinez. Missing low for ball 1. Good eye there from Gorman. But the appeal down the second will say that she did go around. Looked like tough call.
Now by number 11,
that one goes against the Mavericks. It'll be Gorman going down on strikes, swinging for the first out. And stepping in for the Mavericks is number 11, Casey Akers, the second baseman, with one away. First pitch. Another drop change in there for strike 1. The 0-1, scoring around is Akers. She gets down a beautiful bunt down the first base line, moving the runner Brandt over to third with 2 down. Sacrifice there moves Brandt 90 feet away from scoring.
Number 24, Michaela Newham.
And top of the order for the Mavericks brings up the center fielder, number 24, Michaela Newham. She walked her first time up to lead off the game in the home half of the first. First pitch is taken for strike one on the outside corner. If the inning continues, it'll be Hannah Mueller, the first baseman, due up next. The 0-1 hit on a line to first. Diving play by Delaporte will end the inning on one hit, no runs and no errors. The score remains Southern Connecticut State 3, Mercy 0 through 2. And coming to the plate for the Owls in the top of the third will be the top of the order, 1, 2, and 3. Leading off the top of the third will be the second baseman for the Owls, number 11, Sarah Bucetto. She led off the game with a single to left field her first time up. Gorman's first pitch is grounded back up the middle and in to center field. 2 for 2 on the day is Bucetto, with back-to-back singles to lead off the first and third innings, respectively. That'll bring up the shortstop, number 10, Alexa Basulis. She singled her last time up. Gorman has her sign and delivers the first pitch. That's hit in the air to right. Brandt on the run, can't track it down. It's going to get down in right. Going first to third is the runner Bucetto, and it'll be first and third with nobody out for the third baseman, number 5, Liz DeRosa.
Now back number 5, Liz DeRosa.
Tough play for the right fielder Brandt as she was shifted more into right center against a right-hander. Late contact was really beneficial there for the batter Basulis. The first pitch to DeRosa's popped up in the air to second. Akers puts it away for out number 1, and it'll bring up the catcher, number 2, number 00, Jacqueline Dumont. Dumont hit the 3-run homer, producing the only runs of this game back in the first inning, and first pitch to her is fouled back behind home plate for strike 1. The 0-1 is fouled down the third base line. Count is no balls, 2 strikes. The Mavericks haven't played too many games here at Smithfield, as just on Tuesday they played their first 2 home games and a doubleheader, which they lost both to LIU Post. We'll see if they can right the ship and even things out with maybe some home cooking. The throwdown from Byrne is in time, and caught stealing is the runner Basulis. And with 2 down, count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. Dumont goes down swinging, and the Mavericks end the inning, giving up no runs on 2 hits, no errors. The score remains Southern Connecticut State 3, Mercy 0, and the Mavericks will send up the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to face Martinez in the bottom of the third. Martinez will face the Maverick lineup for a second time here
For the Mavericks, number 30, Hannah Mueller.
through the order, and leading off the inning is the first baseman, number 30, Hannah Mueller. First time up, she grounded into a fielder's choice back in the first inning. Coming into the game, she led the Mavericks, batting .481. First pitch is taken for strike one on the inside corner. The 0-1 pitch. Grounded over to short. Bobbled, but recovery from Basulis is enough to get Mueller at first for out number one.
Now by number 2, Erica Byrne.
Stepping in is the catcher, number 2, Erica Byrne. She popped up to her counterpart, Dumont, back behind the dish in the first inning. First pitch is taken for a ball on the outside corner. The 1-0 is smashed right back at Martinez and into center field for a one-out single.
Now by number 50, Kaylee Stevens.
Byrne, the only transfer for the Mavericks this year, replaces graduating catcher Bailey McCormick, who is actually a assistant coach on the team, and I'm sure a mentor. First pitch to the designated player, Stevens, is taken low for ball one. Byrne on first. The pitch from Martinez is taken for ball two. The throwdown from Dumont is not in time as Byrne slides back into first. Remember, in softball, the runner has to wait until the pitch is out of the pitcher's hand before they can leave the base. The 2-0 misses inside for ball three. 3 balls, no strikes to Stevens. Martinez back in, gets her sign and winds up. Missing low with ball 4. Allows Stevens to get on with the free pass.
Now by number 27,
runners on
Bowman.
Second and first, with only one out for the third baseman, Yolana Bowman. Bowman walked her first time up back in the first inning. Quick conference from the catcher Dumont and an assistant coach Kelly Patterson, talking things over with the sophomore right-hander Martinez. She'll step back in the circle with runners on second and first and one out. First pitch to Bowman. She squares around and bunts that one foul. That'll be strike one. No balls, one strike. The count to Bowman. Bowman hit her first college home run in game number 2 of the doubleheader against LIU Post on Tuesday. But that time she lines out to right.
Now by number 1,
for out number 2. And with 2 down, that'll bring up the shortstop Erica Handegard, number 1. She struck out her last time up in the first with the bases loaded. First pitch misses up high for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. If Handegard can keep the inning alive, that'll bring up Jessica Brandt, the right fielder, who's in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. The 1-0 misses inside for ball 2. Martinez looks in and has her sign. The windup in the 2-0. Taken for strike 1 on the inside corner. The 2-1 hit back off the end of the bat. Delaporte fields and flips over to Busetto covering first, and that'll end the inning. Through 3, the score remains Southern Connecticut State 3, Mercy 0. And coming up for the Owls will be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Delaporte, Geloso, and Botian. Today is opening day for Major League Baseball. The New York Yankees are opening up a 4-game series in which they host Baltimore, an AL East rival, in the Bronx. They've been playing since 1 o'clock, and the New York Mets open up their season in Washington for a 3-game series. Weather is actually not too bad out here today. The high is in the low 50s compared to some rather windy and brisk temperatures enjoyed by some of the other sports such as lacrosse and baseball in their contests earlier on in the season. Leading off is Delaporte, and she takes the first pitch from Gorman into right center. And she'll get on with an a leadoff single.
Now batting number 16, Ivy Geloso.
Designated player number 16, Ivy Geloso, steps in. She struck out looking her last time back in the first. Left-handed slapper will more than likely bring the infielder in at the corners. Bowman creeps up tight on the line to about the mound area while Mueller moves over in preparation for the bunt that was fouled off for strike 1. We're going to have a pinch runner for the first baseman, Delaporte, number 20.
Running at first base, number 20, Kelsey White.
Kelsey White, a sophomore from Middletown, Connecticut, will take her place on the base paths. You are allowed in softball to be pinch run for once and return to the game. So marking that down, that is the one time that Delaporte can exit and still re-enter the game. That pitch was taken for ball 1. The 1-1 is fouled back, another bunt attempt from Geloso, and it's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mavericks in on the corners, and Handegard at short is also in. Akers playing back behind second to try and turn 2. The 1-2 pitch misses outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 to Geloso upcoming. The pitch. Slapped down the third base line, but it's going to get out of play. Count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two pitch. Missing outside, trying to get Geloso to chase, but nothing doing there for Gorman. The count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is the center fielder, Kaylee Botian, excuse me. The 3-2 pitch, grounded to Handegaard short. She turns one to Akers on the first. Not in time. Mavericks get 1 play on the force out of the lead runner.
Now batting Ray Kaylee Botian.
Botian steps in with 1 down. And a runner, Geloso, on first. Her last time up, she flew out to Handegaard back behind third base. First pitch is slapped down the third base line, foul for strike 1. Another thing about softball that differs from baseball is that there's a lot of chatter in the dugouts between pitches. The 0-1 is fouled down the third base line for strike 2. And it's going to get out of play. Gorman ahead in the count, 0-2. Already with 2 Ks on the day. Will she go right after Botian? The 0-2 is hit on the ground to short. Bowman turns it to Akers on the first. Not in time. A little bit of deja vu there for the Mavericks as they get the lead runner once again, but can't complete the double play.
Now batting number 3, Ali Petrella.
That'll bring up the right field number 3, Ali Petrella. Petrella struck out looking her last time up against Gorman. She takes the first pitch, nubs it off the end of the bat, and the throw over from Bowman is in time for the third out. Through 3.5, the score remains Southern Connecticut State 3, Mercy nothing. And we're going to head into the bottom of the 4th here on the ECC Network, presented on mercyathletics.com. In the bottom half of the 4th, the Mavericks will have their bottom third of the order. 7, 8, 9 hitters face Martinez for their second time today. Leading off will be the right fielder number 21, Jessica Brandt. Brandt led off the second inning with a double, but was stranded on third after a sac bunt from Akers. Delaporte is back in the game at first base, replacing the pinch runner, Kelsey White. And the first pitch to Brandt is fouled down the third base line for strike 1. Looking at the Maverick roster, 14 of the 20 players are from either California or Nevada. A lot of recruitment coming from out west as that one's fouled back. Count is no balls, 2 strikes to Brandt. The 0-2. Foul back. Good battle here between Brandt and Martinez. Protecting the plate is the freshman. The 0-2. Grounded over to short. Picked up that time from Basulis and throw on the first for out number 1.
Now by number 18, Raina Gorman.
That'll bring up the pitcher, number 18, Raina Gorman. Her first time up, she struck out swinging. First pitch, drop change in the dirt for ball one. (1-0) from Martinez is a fastball missing inside for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. On deck is the 9-hitter and second baseman Casey Akers. (2-0) count to Gorman. Martinez comes set. The windup and the pitch. Fouled into the glove of Dumont for strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Martinez is set. 2-1. Hit in the air to right. Back on her horse is going to be Petrella, and is going to get down at the base of the wall. Gorman on with a 1-out double, trying to help her own cause. And with a runner in scoring position and only 1 away, that'll bring up Casey Akers, second baseman. She moved the runner Brandt over 90 feet with a sac bunt back in the second inning, her first time up. Now with the top of the order due up after her, we'll see what the approach is here. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Gorman at second. Number 5, Yazzie Jamison, will replace her at second base.
Pinch running at second base, number 5, Yazzie Jamison.
Coach Mike Fazio wants more speed on the base paths for this RBI opportunity for the sophomore from Keller, Texas. First pitch to Akers is taken for ball one, up high. The pitch to Akers misses outside for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. On deck is the leadoff hitter, Newham. Akers pops the 2-0 pitch back behind home plate. She's split time at numerous positions this year, including left field and second base, and really can be played almost anywhere given her position of a utility player, which is something I'm sure Mike Fazio is happy to use to his advantage. The 2-1 is swung on and missed for strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Martinez back in the circle. Has her sign and winds up. The pitch. Grounded up the middle. It's going to be knocked down by the shortstop, Basulis, but no play will be made. Moving over to third is Jamison, and with the runners on the corners and only 1 out, Newham will step in.
24, Miguel Newham.
Infield single for Akers will give an RBI opportunity to Newham, and really all she would have to do is hit a deep enough fly ball to bring in Jamison. Time is out as there will be a meeting between pitcher and catcher, Martinez and Dumont, and the infield is talking things over as well. Head coach Jillian Rispoli will now gather the infield, talk things over. In this situation, probably a defensive strategy set up here. Gonna send somebody out to get warm in the owl pen. Can't make out the number right now, but we'll see if a change is upcoming. Meeting is adjourned on the mound, and Newham steps in. First pitch to her is taken for strike one. Newham in her second season as a Maverick fouls the 0-1 pitch. But the call by the home plate umpire is that she stepped out of the batter's box and on home plate, and that is an automatic out. So with 2 down, that'll bring up Hannah Mueller. Mueller is 0 for 2, hitting to a fielder's choice and grounding out to short her last time up. On the run is going to be Akers. She's in there safely, stolen base for the second baseman. And now with runners at second and third and only 1 ball on the count, Mueller can be a little more selective out there. Pitch gets away. Stealing home is Jamison. She's going to get in there under the tag of Dumont, and the Mavericks are on the board. It'll be a wild pitch charged to Martinez, and Jamison takes advantage. That'll bring up the manager, Rispoli. Talk things over with her catcher and pitcher. Count is 2-0 to Mueller. Doesn't seem like the pitcher out in the bullpen is warm yet, so probably just a discussion of strategy between the Owls manager and her catcher. 2-0 count to Mueller with 2 down and the runner Akers at third. Pitch misses outside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to Mueller. See if she takes. And she does. She takes the first strike of the at-bat on the outside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike to the sophomore first baseman Mueller. On deck if the inning continues is the catcher Erica Byrne, number 2. The 3-1 is line down the third base line, foul. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Martinez trying to just get out of this inning with as little damage as possible. But the Mavericks are threatening with Akers at third. She doesn't want to lose Mueller here. And the 3-2. Fouled off. Way to protect the plate there from Mueller. Allows her to see another pitch. Pitch number 70, the at-bat. The 3-2. Taken for strike 3. And Martinez is able to end the inning emphatically on the strikeout. And through 4, the Mavericks pick up a run, but still trail 3-1. And Gorman will return to the mound to face the 9-1-2 hitters for the Owls in the top of the 5th. Leading off the top of the 5th will be the left field number 4, Maria Cesena. She struck out in the 2nd inning in her only plate appearance, 0 for 1 on the day. One of Gorman's 4 strikeouts on the afternoon. The first pitch, swung on and missed. Ball had some tailing action towards the outside corner, and she got Cesena to chase for strike 1. The 0-1, swung on and missed for strike 2. Good combination of pitches from Gorman. Has her ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. On the 9-hitter, Cesena. 0-2 pitch. Misses upstairs for ball 1. It'll be Bucetto due up next. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Gorman sets down Cesena for the 2nd time. And her 5th strikeout of the day.
Now batting number 11, Sarah Bucetto.
With 1 down, it'll bring up the second baseman, number 11, Sarah Bucetto. She's 2 for 2 on the afternoon with 2 singles. Come around the score once on the Dumont 3-run homer. First pitch to her from Gorman. Misses outside with a fastball for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Hit back to Gorman. Fields a position from her knee. Throws on to Mueller first, route number 2. Two down.
Now batting number 10, Alexa
The
Basulis.
shortstop, Alexa Basulis, steps in. She's also 2 for 2 on the afternoon with 2 singles. Consistency from the top of the Owl order. First pitch from Gorman is grounded over to Handegard. Up with it. The throw is not in time. It'll be an infield single for Bucetto. And with 1 down,
Now batting number
excuse me,
5,
2 down,
DeRosa.
Basulis is on with an infield single, I should say. And it'll bring up Liz DeRosa, third baseman, with 2 down. First pitch. Misses low for ball 1. Change up that time, taken for ball 2. It's a tough one to lay off for DeRosa, but she managed to and is ahead 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Hit in the air down the right field line. Brent, ranging over to her left, puts it away for out number 3. Through 4.5, the score remains Southern Connecticut State 3, Mercy 1. The Mavericks will send up the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Burns, Stevens, and Bowman, to face perhaps Martinez. Not sure. I don't see anybody coming out of the pen just yet. More information as the inning begins. Returning to the circle to start off the bottom of the 5th is the starter, Martinez.
Number 2, Erica Byrne.
She'll face off against the Maverick catcher, number 2, Erica Byrne. She's 1 for 2 on the day, with a pop-up to the catcher Dumont in the first and a single back in the third. Martinez has her sign and winds up. The first pitch swung on and missed. Riser got burned the chase for strike one. Oh, 1 pitch upcoming from Martinez. Check swing from Byrne, but it's going to be called a strike. Count, no balls, 2 strikes to the junior catcher. Martinez is offering. Misses low and outside for ball 1. Perhaps setting up something else. Does she go back to the rise ball again? We'll see. One-two pitch. Fouled down the first base line. It's going to get out of play back behind the Maverick dugout. Staying alive is Byrne, and the count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch number 5 of the at-bat is hit back up the middle. Byrne is on first for her second hit of the day. Leadoff single.
Now by number 50, Kaylee Stevens.
Opens up the bottom half of the 5th inning. It'll bring up the designated player, number 50, Kaylee Stevens. Stevens is 1 for 1 on the day with a single, and she walked back in the 3rd inning. See if the Mavericks can string a few hits together, get some base runners out there. First pitch is fouled back by Stevens on a check swing for strike 1. Byrne, the runner at first. The 0-1 squaring is Stevens, and she gets it down. The throw to first is not in time. Stevens beats it out, and it'll be runners on second and first with still nobody out for the third baseman, Yolanda Bowman, number 27. She's 0 for 1 on the day with a line out to right after walking her first time up.
Now by number 27, Yolanda Bowman.
First pitch is taken high for ball 1. Rise ball again from Martinez. Trying to get the Maverick hitters to chase. That time, nothing doing. Back in the circle. She looks and has her sign. The windup. 1-0 pitch. Taken in the outside corner of the fastball for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. One count to the freshman Bowman. The pitch is fouled off back behind the Maverick dugout for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bowman to talk things over with head coach Mike Fazio. On deck for the Mavericks is Erica Handegard, the shortstop. Bowman looking to protect the plate with 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Taken inside, changeup. Just missed. Counts 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch upcoming. Bowman holds up, but the appeal to second. confirms the call of a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes, counts full. Martinez needs to make a big pitch here. Hit down the right field line. It's going to get down into the wall. Rounding for third and scoring is Byrne. Stevens is going to be sent around, and she will score. In the third, Bowman is going to be caught in the baseline, but she ties the game with a 2 RBI double. Big play there for Bowman with the bases, with the count full. And the Mavericks have tied things up with 1 away in the 5th inning. Home half of the 5th inning. First pitch to Handegard is fouled off for strike 1. Handegard is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground out to the first baseman, Delaporte. Oh, 1 from Martinez. Fouled off. Back behind home plate for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. The count to the junior shortstop from Reno, Nevada. On deck is the right fielder Brandt. Handegard takes the 0-2 pitch. A drop change for strike 3.
Now by number 21.
That'll be out number 2. It's Martinez's 4th strikeout of the day. And with 2 down, it'll bring up the right fielder, number 21, Jessica Brandt. Brandt is 1 for 2 on the day with a double that led off the 2nd inning. And a ground out to short her last time up. First pitch is swung on and missed by Brandt for strike 1. Drop change in there for strike 2. Martinez ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. In the circle, she has her sign. The windup and pitches swung on and missed by Brandt. Rise ball gets strikeout number 5 and ends the inning. After 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors, the Mavericks have tied things up here at Smithfield at 3 apiece, heading into the top of the 6th inning. Back in the circle is number 18, Raina Gorman. We do have a defensive substitution for the Mavericks. Number 13, Brianna Wheeler, has taken the spot of Erica Handegard at shortstop for the Mavericks. Wheeler, a junior from Marietta, California, steps into this game as a defensive substitution for the Mavericks. She did start the 2nd game of the doubleheader against LIU Post on Tuesday at short. And leading things off will be the catcher number 00, Jacqueline Dumont. She's 1 for 2 on the day with the 3-run homer back in the 1st and a strikeout in the 3rd. First pitch is a rise ball missing upstairs but from Gorman for ball 1. The 1-0 misses upstairs for ball 2. Byrne will talk things over with Gorman. Gorman will face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters Dumont, Delaporte, and Geloso for the Owls. Count is 2 balls, no strikes to Dumont. Pitch misses inside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Gorman getting some encouragement from her infield as she steps back in the circle, needing to make a pitch to keep the at-bat alive. .30 pitch. Taken for strike 1, a drop change. Counts 3 balls, 1 strike. The 3-1. Hit in the air to left center. Back is the left fielder, Emma Galaga, who puts it away on the run for out number 1. Nice play by the senior from
now batting number 14, Jaden Delaporte.
Elmwood Park, New Jersey. She is in the flex position today, which allows Gorman to bat. And with 1 down, it'll bring up Jaden Delaporte. Delaporte grounds it over to third. Bowman up with it, throws on the Mueller at first for out number 2. With 2 down, Ivy Geloso, the designated player for the Owls, steps in. She's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout looking back in the first and a fielder's choice back in the 4th. Left-handed slapper brings the infielders in at the corners. First pitch is up and in, missing for ball 1. In the home half of the 6th, it'll be Gorman, Akers, and Newham, 8-9-1 hitters to face Martinez. The 1-0 pitch is fouled off, making the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Running up and letting that one go by is Geloso for a ball, 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-one pitch. Taken on the outside corner for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Geloso. Kaylee Botian is on deck. The 2-2 pitch is fouled off. Staying alive is Geloso. Pitch number 6 of the at-bat. Upcoming from Gorman. Wanted to get Geloso to chase, but she holds up. The count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the freshman designated player. Swung on and missed. Geloso goes down swinging to end the top half of the 6th. The side was retired from Gorman, and through 5.5, the score stays Southern Connecticut State 3, Mercy 3, with the 8-9-1 hitters coming up to bat for the Mavericks in the home half of the 6th. Leading off the home half of the 6th inning will be the pitcher, number 18, Raina Gorman. She'll face her counterpart in the circle, Martinez, for the 3rd time today. She's 1 for 2 thus far, with a strikeout back in the 2nd and a double in the 4th. First pitch from Martinez. Drop change taken for strike one. Martinez has her sign. The windup in 0-1 pitch. Misses high for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gorman takes the 1-1 pitch at the knees for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the senior from Ardsley. Gorman fouls off the 1-2. Back behind the Maverick dugout to stay alive. To see pitch number 5 of the at-bat. Time is out as Gorman will chat things up with head coach Mike Fazio. On deck is the 9-hitter Casey Akers. And she'll be followed by Michaela Newham in the top of the Maverick order. Stepping back in is Gorman. The count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Martinez back in the circle, and the pitch. Drop change. Freezes Gorman and sends her down on strikes.
Now batting number 11, Casey Akers.
For out number 1 in the inning, it'll send up Akers. The Maverick second baseman is 1 for 1 on the day with a single back in the 4th after a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd. First pitch is a fastball missing inside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Grounded down the third base line. It's going to go foul. Counts even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Change up that time misses for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two 2-1 pitch. Riser misses up high for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Count in favor of Akers. The lefty Newham in the on-deck circle. Akers pops that one up in the center. In the play it is Botian and puts it away for out number 2. With 2 down, that'll bring up Michaela Newham, the center fielder for the Mavericks. She's 0 for 2 on the day, after walking her first time up. Lining out to first her second time, and a box violation ended her at bat early back in the 4th. See what the senior can do with 2 down. First pitch as she runs up, scoring around, is taken for ball 1. One 1-0 pitch. Hit in the air, back behind the Owl dugout. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs in a tie ball game. The count is 1-1 to Newham. The pitch. Rise ball misses up and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Martinez has her sign. Comes set and delivers the 2-1. Grounded over to third. Off the bag. Fortunate bounce for the Mavericks as Newham is on with 2 outs. Tough play for DeRosa as it bounced up off the third base bag.
Now batting number 30,
And Newham is on with 2 down. It'll bring up the first baseman number 30, Hannah Mueller. 0 for 2 on the day after grounding into a fielder's choice her first time. Grounding out to short her second and striking out her third time up. First pitch to Mueller is chopped over to short. Coming in to play it is Basulis and puts it away for out number 3. Through 6, the score is tied 3-3 as we head into the top of the 7th.
After 6 innings of play,
Gorman returns to the circle to try and go the distance here in game number 1 of our doubleheader here on MercyAthletics.com as part of the ECC Network live stream. She'll face the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, Botian, Petrella, and Zasenya in the top of the 7th. Botian in the box now. 0 for 2 on the day, grounding into a fielder's choice and popping out to short. First pitch is slapped over to short. Wheeler, the new shortstop, threw over, but it was not in time. It'll be a leadoff single for Botian.
now batting number 3, Ali Petrella.
Allison Petrella steps in. She's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground out to third her last time up. Squaring around is Petrella, and her bunt attempt will go foul down the first base line for strike 1. Small ball being implemented here by Jillian Rispoli, the Owls manager, trying to get the runner another 90 feet closer to scoring. The 0-1 scoring around again is Perella, and she takes ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch from Gorman. Squaring is Petrella. That time it goes down as a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You would think he takes the bunt out of play here, but we'll see how Petrella approaches this at bat. The 1-2 misses outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 hit on the line over to first. Mueller, like a cat, reaches out and grabs it and doubles up the runner, Botian. It's a double play unassisted for Mueller, and with 2 outs, it'll bring up the
Now batting number 4, Maria Zasenya.
left field number 4, Maria Desenya. We're going to have a pinch hitter for Desenya. Number 22, Delaney Turner, a senior from Leesburg, Virginia, will step in with 2 down, trying to get a 2-out rally started here for the Owls. See if she could come in off the bench and time Gorman. First pitch taken for a ball outside. It's going to be 1-0 to the pinch hitter, Turner. Turner hits that one down the line and right. Brandt on the run, can't get it as it's going to land in foul ground for strike one. One count to Turner. One is low for ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. Turner ahead, 2 balls, 1 strike. Gorman in the circle has her sign and comes set. The windup and pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Byrne. It's going to be 3-1. On deck for the Owls is number 11, Sarah Bucetto, the leadoff hitter. 3-2 pitch, drop change is taken for ball 4. And that'll bring up Bucetto with a runner on first. Gonna have a pinch runner here for Turner. In her place is number 4, Maria Zasenya. Interesting strategy from Rispoli here as she uses the re-entry to substitute a pinch runner in for a pinch hitter who was originally the hitter. Don't see that too often, but interesting strategy here from Rispoli.
Number 11, Sarah Bucetto.
That'll bring up Bucetto with 2 down, and Gorman is... First pitch bounces up off of second base. A little bit fortunate for the Mavericks as the ball lost some steam. And with runners on second and first, a runner in scoring position for the Owls will bring up number 10, Alexa Bakulis. She's 3 for 3 on the day with 3 singles. Bucetto picked up her 3rd single in that last at-bat.
You're right, you got this right.
The first pitch to Basulis. Misses high for ball 1. Hit in the air down the right field line. Brandt on her horse, but she won't have enough room as that one hits off the fence for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Basulis.
You're right, you got this right.
The 1-1 taken for strike 2 at the knees. Ahead in the count is Gorman. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On second, the runner is Zasenya. On first, the runner is Bucetto. And in the box is Basulis. The 1-2. Misses outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Perhaps a setup pitch here from the senior. The 2-2 upcoming. It's grounded over to third. It's going to get by Bowman. Rounding third and heading for home. The throw in is in time. And the batter is going to get in there as the call on the play is an obstruction. Byrne did not allow the runner Cesena to have an opportunity to touch the plate.
Now bag number 5, Liz DeRosa.
And with that, the Owls take a one-run lead with 2 outs in the top of the second. They lead 4-3. Runners moved up 90 feet on the play. And an RBI single from Vasulis has given the Owls a lead. The third baseman, DeRosa, grounds that one to third. Bowman up with it. Throws on the Mueller at first. And it was bobbled, and runner safe. Scoring from third is Bassetto, and moving over to third is Basulis.
Now batting number 00, Jacqueline Dumont.
And with runners on the corners, that'll bring up Dumont, the catcher. First pitch is popped up. Gorman puts it away for the third out herself. On 4 hits, the Owls are able to put up 2 runs and take a 5-3 lead into the bottom of the 7th. The Mavericks, with last licks, send up the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Erica Byrne, Kaylee Stevens, and Yolana Bowman, to try and get the runs back here at Smith Field. They'll face Martinez, who's coming out to perhaps finish up her 5th complete game of the year.
Leading off for the Mavericks, number 2, Erica Burns.
Leading off for the Mavericks in the bottom of the 7th, trailing 5-3, is the catcher, number 2, Erica Byrne. She's 2 for 3 on the day with 2 singles and a pop out to the catcher Dumont back in the 1st. She'll face Martinez for the 4th time this afternoon. First pitch taken for strike 1. Time is out. Not really sure what that was about, but nonetheless, Byrne back in the box, Martinez back in the circle. The count is 0-1. Missing high with that one is Martinez for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Martinez has her sign, and the windup. Byrne fouls it off. Looked like it surprised her. A changeup out of the hand of Martinez has her ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Drop change misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Don't forget, this is the first of 2 games here on the Mercy Athletics live stream, so stick around for game number 2, which will begin about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game. Swung on and missed. Byrne goes down swinging for out number 1.
Now by number 15, Kaylee Stevens.
Martinez picks up her 6th strikeout of the game. And that'll bring up the designated player, number 50, Kaylee Stevens. First pitch to her is taken for strike 1. Stevens 2 for 2 today with 2 singles and a walk. Stevens fouls that one off and is down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Umpire having a discussion with the pitcher Martinez. And with 1 down, count, no balls, 2 strikes. Martinez back in the circle. Stevens back in the box. Wind up and pitch. It's going to be grounded over to short. Picked up by Basulis. Thrown on the first. Route number 2. Mavericks down to the last out. Trailing by 2 runs. It's going to bring up the freshman, third baseman, number 27, Yolanda Bowman. Bowman is 1 for 2 today with a double her last time up. And a line out to right field her last time up. Excuse me, the time prior, back in the 4th. A lot of chatter in the Mercy dugout of encouragement as Bowman takes strike 1 on the inside corner. Martinez 1 out away of earning her 5th complete game of the season for the Owls. The drop change misses low for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike the count to Bowman. That one hits Bowman, and she's earned her way on after hit by a pitch. That'll bring up the shortstop, Brianna Wheeler, for her first at-bat of the game after replacing Erica Handegard back in the 6th inning. Discussion here between Delaporte, the first baseman, and Martinez over some strategy or perhaps some encouragement. But there's going to be a pinch hitter stepping in the box for the Mavericks. Number 15, Ariana Ricci, another freshman for the Mavericks from Sacramento, California, steps in a big spot with a runner on first and the Mavericks down to their final out. First pitch is taken for strike 1 by Ricci. Swung on and missed is the 0-1. Mavericks down to the last strike. Ricci behind in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. The runner at first is Bowman. Gonna have a pinch runner come out for the Mavericks. Number 41, Alexis Crawford, takes the place of Yolanda Bowman on the base paths.
Pinch running at first base, number 41, Alexis Crawford.
Mavericks will need both runs of both Ricci and Crawford to tie. The 0-2 misses outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The first baseman, Delaporte, is in close to the mound. 1-2. Misses outside for ball 2. Good eye by Ricci, laying off Some tough pitches. 2-2 count. 2 outs. Mavericks trail 5-3. The pitch. Nubbed off the end of the bat to second. The flip to first, and that'll do it here in game number 1. The Mavericks fall to the visiting Owls by a score of 5-3.
Connecticut State 5, Mercy 3.
Jasmine Martinez will pick up the win for the Owls. It is her second win on the season, and the team's third. They moved to 3-16. The Mavericks dropped to 11-10 on the season, with Gorman picking up the loss. Both pitchers went 7 innings. And game number 2 will begin in about 20 to 25 minutes from now, so please stay tuned for game number 2. Again, final score on game number 1. Southern Connecticut State University Owls 5, Mercy College Mavericks 3.